All right, you guys, I'm here. I am so sorry I'm late. I was totally involved in something and forgot to look at the clock. So I'm glad I'm not that late, but I made it. And you can see my giant mess behind me, you guys. So welcome. Welcome to the RV. This is my very first live stream from the RV. If you've been watching along with the new vlog, Autistically Yours on the Road to Leveling Up, you've already seen inside, right? Hi, guys. Hi, Michelle. Hey, Isabel, Burnett, CV, Morgan. I hope I caught all of you. I'm so excited to be, yes, cheese balls. I was thinking about cleaning up behind me, you guys, and then I thought, no, I can't. I don't even know where to put these things. I have no idea. So I am didn't clean for you, and you can see kind of the mess that my life is right now. I can also show you the puppers. They're sort of crashed around me. Walter's there, and then Fiona's on the floor. That's her butt, and that's Penny's butt. And then Gus is all the way in the back. Cats are not in the RV yet because cats and dogs are so fucking different. They just are. So it doesn't matter if I take the cats now and I give them some time in the RV and they get to play and put their smell in here and then put them back inside. That doesn't matter. What's going to happen is they're going to be pissed if I do that. And they're going to be pissed when I put them back inside. And they're going to be pissed all over again when I put them back into the RV. So they are the last thing. They are, I do a Hail Mary with the cats because that's just the way they function. And so they're a lot like me, right? They don't like change. And so it doesn't matter how many times the change happens, it's still change. Anyway, so here we are. In the RV, and I have the 4 dogs, and I've been working from here, and we haven't yet slept the night in here, but that's coming. I have dates now on things. I have I kind of a schedule about when things are going to happen, and yet still no idea where I'm headed. I don't want to talk too much about that stuff though, because I want you to watch the vlog for that, and that's not what Being Becca is for. So Being Becca is really for us to talk about what the challenges are, what the challenges are in being an autistic adult alive right now, right? And not when research catches up. And so that's where I'm at kind of in life. And that's what we're doing here today. So, it's hard for me to not talk about the move because that's what my challenges are right now. But I don't want to give you the details on that. What I want to talk about is sort of where I've been and what like the very specific challenges are that I'm having right now and what I'm doing about it, right? So what I'm doing about it. Really hard for me to put it all into words what's happening because there's how do I say this? Explain it really. Okay, so all of this is upsetting. It's all shifting and changing, and it's throwing my whole life, blah, 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 all a mess and all of that stuff, right? But I was so starting to get so uncomfortable in January, February, March, right? That I wanted it shaken up. Something needed to change. Something wasn't right. And I, with some talk with Antonio, we are both sort of outgrowing or outgrew this phase of our lives. The escape from New York was complete. We succeeded. We didn't have to turn around, tails tucked between our legs, and return to New York because we didn't make it here, right? We're leaving here by choice, and where we end up is also going to be by choice. And so the choice to move back east again is a choice, right? And that we both know definitely not New York. That doesn't work for us there. But also that Colorado, even though it felt so good when we got here before, has changed, and where we live has changed, and all that stuff. I talked about all that already. So there's a piece of me that's stuck in the emotions of all of that jazziness, which is fine. And, I have my moments of sadness and moments of reflection, and I have already had a meltdown having to do with this move, and I already caught it on film for you. And so I did that. That stuff is happening. The things that are expected are happening. But here's something that's super internal to me that I am curious if it happens for other autistics. right? So yes, this is challenging. This all has its challenges. I think easily for Antonio and I both, the biggest challenge of this whole thing is, will the animals make it? How will we make it happen and keep our animals alive, and happy and having their needs met and all of those things? But now that we've acclimated the dogs, which was going to be the hardest part, we knew, it's sort of easier, right? So Tortellini is now in his temporary home and all of these things are happening. Okay. So all of that is exhausting and all of that is happening. But deep down in my Becca gut, I have a little girl who's like 8 years old, who still lives there, who had ideas about life and what it was going to look like until everybody stole that from her. Right. And so a lot of the choices that I make about my life come from what that little 8-year-old girl wanted. And that little 8-year-old girl inside me is so excited. That little 8-year-old girl is like, can we get on the road already? I want a road trip, right? Like, I can't sit still. I want to be living in here already. I want the freedom, which, by the way, is my F word for this year, if you guys remember. Still wearing it on my wrist, right? Free is my word for this year. And this couldn't be more, right, in line with my F word for this year, right? I just want to go already. I just want to, like, get it off me, all of the stuff. Don't care what happens to it anymore. Like, I'm over it already. I don't care if the house gets painted. I'm done mentally about that stuff. And I can't wait to, like, be free and living in this thing and having the freedom then to decide where we want to end up. Right. Okay. So there's that little girl inside me. There's also some 22-year-old version of me that still gets off on being efficient and organized, and learning to roll with the punches. And that 22-year-old me became a project manager in construction in Manhattan. And that's something that I used to do. Right. And I love that stuff. And so as things are starting to, of course, like, here's the thing, right? We don't put things for sale at the price we really want to sell them for. We put things for sale for a price that we can negotiate from, where we'd be comfortable coming down from, and all of that. And I use that same philosophy to set the dates for kind of getting all of these things to happen. Okay. The dogs slowed us down a little bit more than I would have liked, right? But I'm not even 10 days behind. I'm like 7 days behind on my original schedule, which, if you're a good project manager and you've ever done that kind of work, you always do that. You say, this is the day that I would fucking love for all this shit to happen. And then you say, but here's really the date that it needs to happen by, right? And so I'm only off by a little bit, right? And today we made our appointment for the deep cleaning. So that means that I really have a date to give people. Like, no, by this date, our butts are in this RV and out of Colorado. We're leaving, right? And we're listing the house and all that stuff is happening. So watch the vlog so you can catch the details on all of that and all the behind the scenes of what's really going on. But it's been really secretly fun for me to sort of the logistics of all of this and to organize all of this and all of the moving parts. It's something that my brain fucking loves. Like, my brain loves it. And I just can't wait to get, like, my 22-year-old me inside me has been having a grand old time with all of these logistics and how we're going to do this. And then something happens. So now we're going to problem solve, and I'm going to make organization out of the chaos that was just created out of my control and all of that. And so that part of me has been really serviced in doing all this. And it's something that, as someone who works alone, I don't really access that part of my brain anymore. I don't have a team to organize. It's not like that for me anymore. And it's not a big projects that I'm working on with a gazillion moving parts, right? And so it's been really exciting and energizing. That's the crazy part, because in all of this exhaustion, it's been really energizing to service that part of my brain. And down deep, there's like a little squiggly monster 8-year-old that cannot wait to get on this road trip and to see the world and not be stuck somewhere and not be trapped by things and systems and all of that stuff. And I can't wait to get on the road to enjoy which sounds crazy, the togetherness, as though we're not together enough in the house, but the togetherness and of the shared space that the RV is going to create. In the first trip that on our way out here, when we came from New York to Colorado, I had wanted to vlog, but the right people hadn't come into my life, and it wasn't the right timing, and all of those things. But I learned a lot about my animals and the way their relationships with each other and my relationships with them. And a lot of, when you're in closed spaces, a lot of the things that we just accept as the norm, right, are a question when you're in a closed space. So like, for example, Wash, our orange cat, the feral, right? And in the first trip out here, I had to, for three nights in a row, okay, I had to carry this poor feral cat who does not like to be touched, and carry him into an Airbnb, and then back into the car, and then back, and then back, and then back. And then we moved into a really tiny house that was really not that much bigger than this RV, right? And before, we rented it before we bought our home. And so he had to learn to be near us, that we weren't going to hurt him. He had to learn to trust us. It like accelerated that process. And now the orange guy sleeps in my headpiece at night. Like, I still can't pick him up, but he now understands like love and snuggles and requests them, right? And so I'm looking forward to see the kind of closeness that happens for my guys. And I'm just watching Walter right now. I'll see if the camera can catch it. He has a giant derpy tongue sticking out of his mouth. Can you guys see it? I'm gonna try. Oh, you see the derp? Can you see it? It's right there. I don't know if you can see. Oh, he caught me. Anyway, so yeah. So like, even I think Antonio's pretty physically miserable, but he's also really excited, like I am, to like go and do things. And then like the end product, hopefully, is that when we buy a house wherever we're going to go live, we can manage to buy a house that's inexpensive enough to own it outright and possibly save ourselves the heartache of a mortgage. So there's so much going on for us with this whole thing that it amazes me, right? That my brain goes, oh no, I know your whole life is like unraveling, but there's a little piece of your brain that loves this shit. In fact, there's two little pieces of your brain that loves this shit so much, right? That you look at me, right? Like, granted, I have a little bit of makeup on today. I'll give you that, because I had a meeting this morning and I've got another one this afternoon, right? I'm only working Wednesdays as I'm doing this move also. So yeah, I mean, I don't look, right? I don't look like the way that I look when I'm burnt out, right? I can tell it's something in my eyes, and I mean, sure, I look like Sleepless in Seattle under there, right? But there's a depth, my eyes like sink in, and there's a different layer to my exhaustion in my face, and my pallor changes, right? And I don't feel that way. I feel energized and excited, and I'm loving doing the blog. This is like my little dream. It's my little VH1 meets MTV, right? It's like having cribs, but not cribs, because who am I? And all of that fun stuff. And working with Isabel is so much fun, you guys. You don't even know how much fun we have. Like, it's sad, but we have a really good time. Just documenting and figuring out how to deliver to you guys exactly what's happening without it being boring or too long or all blah, 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 blah. And apparently I am a shitty photographer. I have now learned, not still photographer, but videographer. That's the right word. And Antonio is stellar at it. And I'm hoping to bring you more of him too in the vlog, because he's really getting involved in this one for a change. He's never been excited about live stream, but he's like in the vlog. So there's so much more to what's going on, right? But there's this piece of me that in all of this, I'm like, wow, these two components of me, right? The 22-year-old me that loves, just could project manage for the rest of her life and just organize things and wait for the chaos and be like, yes, oh, I fucking hate an emergency, but yes, I can push. I mean, I don't know why that part of me is there, but I lived in Manhattan for a while, and I worked in Manhattan for a while, and there's that hustle to it, right? And so I am really like super excited to give that 22-year-old me a project. Like, stop being unbusy in there and bored, right? You're going to make trouble. Here's a project. Let's logistify this entire maniacal move that you're doing, right? And I've sort of really loved that. And that gives me some energy. And doing the vlog and creating gives me energy, right? And then, of course, it's like little tiny 8-year-old me's just waiting in the wings. I like imagine, or like literally, like, is it time yet? Like, can we go now? I want to take off my shoes and like walk in the dirt. And I want to just turtle life it. I just do. I just want all my shit with me and I want to just be free otherwise, right? And so that's where I'm at. And this is my new spot, by the way. Welcome to my new spot. I have a movie chair. It is not red. I'm contemplating a red throw blanket over here. So let me know in the comments or in the chat rather, or both, what you think. It doesn't allow me to sit up straight. And so I feel like my boobs are sagging a little bit and stuff. But I am really comfortable, and this is where I'll be writing from. And doing things from. So yeah, welcome to my spot. This is my couch throw blanket. And so I'm in search, I think right now, for a red throw blanket to at least simulate rather, my red chair. And then what else? That's about it, you guys. I mean, I would love to talk about more of it, but I guess I want to leave you with this thought. Is there a piece of you, a part of you, that isn't being serviced right now? Is there a part of your brain that isn't being serviced right now? And why? And what job can you give that part of your brain, right? And so I'm really excited to move from 22-year-old logistics me, and allow, 8-year-old me to have a little fun. But there's still more logistics. I still got to figure out where we're going to land and what we're going to do. And then we're going to have to move in there. And then I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the wings waiting to level up my business. Please, you guys, don't even get me started. All I want to say is here I am in this moment of grand upheaval. That's the only way that I can describe it to you. Look at it. It's grand upheaval, right? But through it, I have found these places of joy. I have found these places where parts of my brain are bored and they need the attention, right? And it's been really interesting to see that. And I think I'm most anxious to find 8-year-old me because I think it's been the longest since I've seen her. And I've really accessed that part of myself, or quite a while, it feels like. And so I'm excited for that. And we'll see what happens with that. But this is it. The live stream in the RV begins today, right now, right here. So in any case, if you want more about the move or you want more about the things that challenge me as an autistic adult alive right now, feel free to please subscribe to the channel. You'll get a notification when new things come out because I set everything as a premiere so that you get notifications. And what else? If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that. And then also hit the notification bell. I'm supposed to remind you that. Likes matter, of course, big time. So do views and shares and all of those things. So I appreciate your support on all of that. Of course, the next episode number 3 already, you guys, of Autistically Yours on the Road to Leveling Up hits you guys this weekend on Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be a good one. So I hope you guys will join me, catch up on the ones you missed, share the ones you love, and get out there, of course, and create joy, seek joy, share joy, all the joys. And I will see you guys out and about on the interwebs. Of course, you can always get in touch with me via the contact page in my website. I've got a whole bunch of links down in the description for you. But I do love seeing your comments and I do love engaging with you out there on social media. So please do. It is me who answers you. I appreciate it. And that's about it. Get out there and enjoy yourselves, you guys. Thank you for bearing with me through this little transition as I missed 2 live streams and all of that stuff. But we're in it now. I'm in it. Here I am sitting in it, right? And walking you through the walk that I talk. It's very exciting for me to just really let you guys in on that. I'm excited. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next Wednesday for the next Being Becca Live at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. Bye, guys.